as the UK prepares for a possible second COVID wave this autumn, doctor and television presenter Michael Mosley urges us all to lose excess pounds and get fit to boost chances of recovery from the virus. We don't have a cure. We've just found out about another treatment, hydrocortisone, which we can add to dexamethasone as an effective treatment for COVID. But something that you are particularly focused on is how we can help ourselves and tackling obesity. Now, what is the link, the established, proven link between obesity and overweight and suffering coronavirus?
Unfortunately, it is the fact that if you are significantly overweight, particularly if you're obese, then that will increase the risk if you get COVID-19 that you will end up in hospital. It approximately doubles your risk. And then if you end up in hospital, the chance that you might actually die. It's not going to increase your risk. You'll actually get it because that's down to washing your hands, social isolation and things like that. But if you do get it, unfortunately, one of the things we know about having too much fat around your tummy is it undermines the operation of your immune system. So it means the immune system is less effective at coping with the virus when you get infected. And another thing which people are unaware of is we're all, we've got fingers crossed for a vaccine, and we know that a vaccine is less likely to work in people who have too much central obesity. That the fat around your tummy sends out these signals which undermine the effectiveness of the immune system, and that seems to be the main way it's operating.
The Prime Minister has got a grip on this personally. He, as we know, has hired a personal trainer. He's losing weight. He was affected personally by COVID, of course. Have you seen, as someone who is focused on this, that rippling out to the rest of the country? Or do you think we've still got an issue with weight and we're not taking it seriously?
I think it has been a sea change, and the fact that it's coming from the Prime Minister means that, people are listening, and in particular, governments are beginning to suggest solutions. This week alone, we've seen them begin to roll out a programme for the NHS of rapid weight loss, 800 calories a day for 12 to 20 weeks. That's based on a big study which showed that by doing that, you can reverse diabetes, or at least put it in remission in a significant number of people. So we are beginning to see change, and I'm
feeling... There's a lot of criticism, though, isn't there, Michael? Your show, How to Lose a Stone in 21 Days, there's a lot of criticism of that sort of drastic cutting down of calories from all sorts of different charities who are worried about people with eating disorders, crash diets, they're also called as well. And actually, that's not really sustainable, isn't it? If you want to try and change someone's lifestyle, losing that much weight that quickly is never going to have a long-term effect, because they'll put it on just as quickly when they're tired and bored of it.
That is the criticism, and that is the view. Clearly, it's only appropriate for people who are significantly overweight or obese. But the whole reason why they're rolling out this programme now is because of a number of very large studies which have been done recently, which have shown that rapid weight loss can be unbelievably effective in the short, the medium and the long term. So there was a study out of Newcastle and out of Glasgow which showed that type 2 diabetics who were overweight or obese put on an 800 calorie diet. 2 years later, they were around 7.5 kilos down. That's well over a stone. And they'd kept it off for a couple of years. And compared to the group who were put on a normal diet, they were much, much healthier. And they had managed to, around a third of them had managed to put their diabetes into remission, but they were also on half the medication. So the point is that these approaches are novel, but they can work, particularly if you offer long-term support. So I would argue that this is a kind of really brilliant and effective bit of research. Oxford University also did a similar study with people who were overweight and obese, but without diabetes. And again, they found that people lost, on average, about 10.5 kilos. That was about 24 pounds, 23 pounds. And a year later, they'd kept the majority of it off. So if you do the right sort of rapid weight loss diet, it can be unbelievably effective, which is why the NHS is rolling it out.
Yeah, it's just the 800 calories a day. I mean, for a woman who's recommended 2,000 calories a day, 800...
Incredibly restrictive, isn't it?
It is.
It does sound restrictive, but actually, when you look into it, most women, unless they're pretty active, if you're a middle-aged woman, then really you should be eating something more like 1,500 calories. As I said, it is restrictive, but the main thing is that you need to eat plenty of healthy protein, plenty of healthy things like that. These studies are also based on using meal replacement shakes. So it does sound drastic, but as I said, it's based on some really good science, and that's why the NHS has embraced it.
Well, something certainly needs to be done, doesn't it? You're absolutely right about that. Michael Mosley, we're going to have to leave it there, but thanks for joining us this morning.